Hey, welcome to KocoSports Weekly TNA Review. I am the huge one, Dave Coco, aka the Idiot from KocoSports.com or KocoSports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to kick ass, a home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. And now, we've been planning this for a while, but finally, Mr. TNA has returned. The American Alucard. You can find him on YouTube, THEE, American Alucard, and everywhere else as American Alucard on social media. And American Alucard, welcome. I'm going to ask you win, loss, or tie, but I'm also going to say, how good does it feel to be back reviewing? Not talking about canceled, not canceled, rumors, news, what's going on with the network, just a nice family friend. Okay, not family friendly, but just a review. It feels good to be back in our seat. The American Alucard, welcome, sir.
No base got cursed for us. So
yes. This review is late because Mother Nature hates TNA. We were supposed to do this review like 24 to 48 hours ago, but we had an earthquake in Tokyo and my internet was out. So.
Well,
You about to say something, sir?
I said, whoa, about the earthquake. Did it knock everything offline? Wow.
No, everything was fine except, my building didn't have the internet. And I flipped out. I was talking to the guy and he's like, oh, don't worry, the internet will be up in 24 hours, 48 hours. Like, what are you talking about? I literally flipped out. He's like, it's just the internet. I don't understand. He's like, you could do something else. You could take your family outside. What's that? What's that? So I know a lot of people get mad when our TNA reviews are late, but sorry, I apologize. All right. So win, loss, or tie, I say I'm going to give it a win, but it wasn't a perfect. There were still some things wrong with it, but overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show, so I'm giving it a win. What do you give it, win, loss, or tie?
I'm going to give it a win. And just like you said, it wasn't perfect, but it was watchable. It was good wrestling. Some segments were good, some segments were bad, but all in all, a fairly balanced wrestling show.
All right, and before we break this down, me and the American Alucard, we work together with Gaming with Friends, and they do a lot of streams and help us out with the YouTube and all that. So I just want to make sure to check out the American Alucard, which is our host today with us, and also Gaming with Friends, as they help both of our channels out a lot, and we really appreciate that. All right, you ready to break this bad boy down?
Birdman hand rub.
Yeah. This one they have Mayhem, but it feels like every Impact has a name now. But I don't know. I'm okay with that. It starts off with Eric Young coming into the parking lot, and Kurt Angle's waiting for him, and they just start brawling, and the security separate them. I have mixed feelings about this. It's like, well, in reality, this is what they would do. If you would really hate someone at work, you would wait for them. But at the same time, it just seemed a bit off. What was your thoughts on Kurt Angle waiting for him?
I did like the fight and everything. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Eric Young was running around with camera in his car. I wish TNA could have afforded or just put some, some stationary cameras in the back of his car or edited out, like showing the camera in the back seat. But for what it was, it got to the point both of these guys hate each other. They're trying to build up some, momentum or build whatever for the main event. So it had a little bit of bad, but the fight and everything made up for it, especially Eric Young saying, I'm going to break your goddamn neck, Angle.
Yeah, I thought that was definitely the line of the segment, just because of the history of that. Then it goes straight into a 6 Sides of Steel match with Gail Kim versus Taryn Terrell. And I love both these women. I don't know where you stand on this because I see people get mixed reviews. I thought before the Dollhouse, Taryn Terrell was a diva, a former diva, now turned pro wrestler. With the Dollhouse, I know some people have mixed reviews. Maybe it's because I love Jade more than anything in the world. but I think it adds so much to her character. I think it adds so much to the story. I'm a huge fan of the Dollhouse. A lot of people have mixed feelings about it. Huge fan of Gail Kim. Love the storyline. The match was pretty decent, pretty exciting. Terrell does get the win. The only nitpick I have of this match, and it's a small one. There's going to be bigger nitpicks later. The only small nitpick I have of this match, and it's not even their fault, it's just, remember that pay-per-view match they had? It was so amazing. No matter what match follows that with these two women, it's going to be hard. It's going to be almost impossible to match, you know? But that's nitpicking. And as far as, I also want to get this in early, the commentary team. I love Al Snow. I think Al Snow is one of the funniest fucking guys on Twitter and Facebook. I think he's a great guy. I don't think he should be playing the tough guy role as far as, you know, what is the Tough Enough for TNA called?
Fight night. No, not fight night.
Fuck. Anyway, we'll just say TNA Tough Enough in the UK. I don't think he should be playing the tough guy role just because it's not like in his personality.
Oh, British Boot Camp. British. I thought you were talking about the other one when Hogan was there. I thought you were talking about that one. But
No. I'm talking about the reality TV show with the UK wrestlers.
British Boot Camp.
Yeah, British Boot Camp. Thank you, sir. British Boot Camp. He shouldn't be the tough one. It's like, oh, you're a nice guy, and now all of a sudden you're an asshole. It's like, come on, don't play that role. And I love Al Snow. With that said, the Professor is a million times better with Josh, and Josh is better by himself. I love you, Al Snow. I do. It's just, I think Josh would have been better by himself or with the Professor. That's just me. But overall, I thought the match was awesome. You know, after the match, they lock Gail Kim in and start beating the hell out of her. Awkward clothesline to the referee. Just awkward. Earl Hebner's like, oh, fuck, I forget how to do this shit. And Earl Hebner's defense, though, he's 462. And a really awkward clothesline. But besides that, Awesome Kong is locked out, and it just adds to the feud and interest and all that. And not all that, but I like how they kept talking how Terrell is close to beating Gail Kim's record. So I really enjoyed it. Your thoughts on the opening match?
Oh, good wrestling. The only thing I would say bad in this match was it really wasn't bad, but they said you could only win the steel cage match by by pinfall or submission. So they kind of like discredited climbing over the cage, and like for people who weren't listening to the commentary, they kind of like went over people's heads. So like when if you listen to like the commentary and you saw Gail Kim go to the top, you're like, what's she gonna do? Like if she would have hit like a moonsault, that would have been a cool spot. But I guess that was a way for her to get set up for the ending. Al Snow definitely did better than last time he was on commentary. I guess they told him to chill the F out or whatever. I did like the part at the end where, like, Terrell's facial expressions and her just leaving the Dollhouse, the way she worked over Gail Kim's hand and took the ring off, broke her hand.
I forgot that detail. That was really cool. I was buying into it. There's not many, and I don't mean, I'm going to be honest here. It might get some, feminist feathers in a bunch, but in pro wrestling, there's not many good female storylines. I thought with the wedding ring, that was awesome.
And then Awesome Kong's face, where she was looking like it was the first time you actually saw Awesome Kong have this look of humanity, for or compassion for somebody else, especially toward her rival Gail Kim. So I don't know if they're going to go back to the Terrell versus Awesome Kong feud. Maybe not. I guess they could, but I would rather them have a new take over Taryn, but there's really nobody there until they sign somebody new. Connor. But all
I know is if TNA signs Kana, me and you are going to be high-fiving forever. We've been saying that. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the first thing we ever said to each other. We're like, hey, American a la carte, I'm Dave Coco. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I think Kana should sign with TNA should sign Kana. And we just dropped everything and hugged it out. We're like, we're going to be best friends for a long time. One thing. A lot of people online have mixed feelings about the Dollhouse. What's your thoughts on Dollhouse? Getting over, so, enjoying it? I enjoy it tremendously.
I think Marty and Jade, they're getting over, but I really can't tell if people just really hate Terrell for being a heel or they hate her. She's getting X-Pac heat because, like, before she turned heel, she was getting, like, a lot of crowd noise and stuff like that. So when she gets, like, massive boos, like, that scream boos, but Jade and Marty don't. So I guess, like, maybe Jade and Marty need to step their heel game up because then it looks like they're the faces getting led by a heel. But yeah, I like the Dollhouse. It's pretty good.
Does it feel like Jade and Marty don't feel comfortable in TNA yet? And what I mean by that is if you go watch Jade matches in Combat Zone or, around the net or for WWN's promotion and all that, she's busting her ass, just kicking the shit out of people. And there, she's just always so soft and gentle, like, oh, I can't hurt them. You know what I mean? Like,
was kind of stiff.
Yeah, it seems like they're just, I don't know, it seems like they're holding back. And I don't know if it's because they're nervous to be on the big stage, they're told to hold back. I don't know the situation, but if you watched her at Combat Zone and then you go watch her here, you're kind of like, come on, what are you doing? Wake up, baby. Come on, show us what you got. You know what I mean?
I guess it's not to outshine Terrell since she's the leader of the Dollhouse. I guess it'll come in time where she'll, I'm better than you, Terrell, and then I guess that'll happen then, maybe.
So, all right, next segment you got the hardcore country address. It's you got Mickie James Storm. They're talking in the ring. I thought this part was awkward when Josh is like, "This is for adults." Like, all right. I know you're trying to say, you're not G-rated. You're for your real demographic. I understand that, but it just seems weird, that you said it. And I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this segment. I really enjoy James Storm's character. The depth of his character is really interesting. Mickie James, it's like, come on. No, come on. Come on, Mickie James. Don't be ridiculous. I'm talking kayfabe-wise, But I just think this had to be tighter. It just seems like it was too loose. Like, I don't know how long this went, but if you cut it in half, you could have told the same story, and it'd be amazing. I just think it's James Storm has pretty much been there from almost day one. Mickie James, is WWE/bigger name. So I think they have more freedom. But I think this segment wasn't bad. It's just one of those, hey, come on, tighten this up a bit. Tighten it up. What were your thoughts on Hardcore Country Address?
It wasn't bad, but it's just, I don't know, maybe it could have, like you said, been tying up. I did like the vignette or something in the middle, not at the beginning, where it seems like they're having Mickie James in the middle. She's like being all innocent, walking through the country grass, and you got Magnus and James Storm on one side or whatever. James Storm doing excellent mic work, and the thing where he said, like, I'm talking to Billy Corgan and all these other people to help your career get bigger than what it is. It's like,
well, he mentioned Big and Rich, Carrie Underwood, a bunch of country music stars, and saying that, hey, I can help your music career, just being all sleazy and stuff. And she I guess, hesitated, and then says, I'll see him in Nashville. And then Storm smiles and leaves off. So,
when he smiled, though, like, when you go back and look at it, it's like the lighting was so perfect because it had the red lighting. He smiled, and he went back into an evil stare. Then he went back into the smile. That was the best part of the whole entire segment.
Yeah, and Jam Storm is he's just an amazing character. I don't think people give him enough credit because he does some amazing things no matter what situation he's in.
I
Next,
still think it's for the tag for that briefcase Madness is holding. It's going to involve that.
yeah, so we'll see where it goes. So it's really interesting. Next is something that got me excited, and then it kind of dropped the ball. You have the X Division Championship, X Division Gauntlet. Really excited. They're bringing the X Division back. You know, they've been passing the belt around. There's also been segments where the champion doesn't walk out with the belt. So,
Yes.
you know, for those that are $10 a week paying TNA fans, the longer you've been with this company, the more you love the X Division. The X Division was a big part of TNA. And you're excited because you have the X Division Gauntlet, and it's like, wow, they're rebuilding it up. And you got Manic, Rockstar Spud, DJZ, Mandrews, Argos, Crazy Steve, Tiger Uno, and Kenny King. Sorry to the Uno family for stuttering your name. And you know, you're excited, you're pumped up, and it was the most underwhelming match of the night. And this is coming from me. I'm an X Division mark. You know, if I just love the fucking style of the X Division. And it was just a huge letdown. It seems like you look and you're just like, no. You know, we used to have AJ, Christopher Daniels. I mean, there used to be some great X Division action. Samoa Joe. I mean, back in the day, this was it. I remember, and I bring this up a lot. We used to do a radio show on Wednesday, real radio, around the wedding. We interviewed TNA guys and all that, had TNA viewing parties. It was a lot of fun. I'm not going to say anyone that fucking ruined it, but fucking it starts with a B and ends with a fucking, it's Bob fucking Ryder. Fuck you. But we had a fucking great time. And it was on, like, I think up to over 40 radio stations syndicated. And it was before, you know, my injuries got the best of me and I stuttered. And it was a lot of fucking fun. But the big debate that we had back then, and you had to pay $10 or go to a viewing party. You know, that's how you watched TNA back then. And at our viewing party, the big debate was what title meant more. Did the world title, the NWA world title mean more, or the X Division title mean more? And it was such a fucking fun and exciting time. And X Division, you know, when it's all said and done, to me, that's my favorite TNA memories. It's just the X Division. But this was fucking embarrassing. And it might have been passable. It's not TNA X Division worthiness. And then it comes down to the final two, which is Kenny King and Rockstar Spud. The Beatdown Clan is still a fucking joke. I don't understand it. I love all the athletes. I love the T-shirts. I want to fucking root for them, but why? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm a Buccaneers fan. The feeling I get I live in Tokyo. The feeling I get when I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch the Buccaneers get their goddamn asses whooped is the same feeling I have when the Beatdown Clan shows up. It's like, no, I want to root for you, but you never fucking win. Ever. It's fucking ridiculous. And I love Rockstar Spud. The American a la carte can vouch. I got made fun of because I got emotional when Spud and EC3 broke up. I was like, no, this shouldn't be. I love Spud. There's no way he should be a fucking X Division champion right now. None. And I love him. And I don't want to be that guy, oh, he's too small, he's too this, he's too that. Trust me, I'm not that guy. But he's not worthy of having that fucking title. And Kenny King is fucking, why? Where? This, by far, going into the match and leaving the match, it was total opposite. I was like, fuck yeah, the X Division, baby. It's back. Afterwards, I'm like, why are you doing this to me? Why the fuck are you doing this to me? I don't know. This one hurt me. And I like Spud. And I love the X Division. But this one hurt. What did you think of the X Division Championship match?
I thought it was pretty good. There was another match on here that I thought was worse than this one. I mean, this was to me. This was pretty. It was pretty good. You got to talk about Kenny King's promo before the match, where he called everybody vanilla midgets. That was pretty funny. I would say the only person that really did bad in this match was probably Tigre Uno because he didn't get any TV time. He got eliminated. Argos were kind of botching. DJ Z, that guy was on it. Like, I guess he's going in a new direction since the bromance broke up. He's going to do just fine. Kenny King, he looked like $1,000,000 out there just kicking people in the back of their head, in the front of their head, super kicks for everybody. It kind of hurt me that Crazy Steve really hasn't gotten the push he deserves. I guess it's going to take a heel turn.
I just want to question you on that because I don't see it. A lot of people absolutely love Crazy Steve, and I don't see it. What am I not seeing that you like about Crazy Steve?
He hasn't showed it in the TNA yet. He has excellent promo skills, and he's like EC3. He's holding back playing the character. EC3, he can do a lot more moves and stuff like that, but he's playing Dizzy Carter's nephew. Crazy Steve, he can do a lot more moves, and he has them, but he's playing, a psychotic, not all the way there clown. So once he gets out of that character and he gets a little bit more serious, you're going to see a different Crazy Steve. And he's already gotten over with just being that character. I think TNA has kind of killed some of his momentum by having him lose all the time because when he first came out or whatever, people were just like, Crazy Steve. And now he comes out, it's like, oh, crazy. Yeah, he's going to be losing Crazy Steve. So TNA dropped the ball kind of on him, but they can rebuild it because Crazy he has enough character to rebuild himself. Back to the when it get down to the final two, Spud and Kenny King. Spud won how he should have won. Kenny King was just whipping his ass, and Spud got a lucky sneak victory. And then backstage, you see Kenny King calling to MVP, and I can tell it right now. This is going to be the end of the Beatdown Clan. Either Kenny King is about to turn face, or I think Kenny King is about to turn face, and that's the end of the Beatdown. Or they just add another member to the Beatdown Clan. But I thought it was pretty good.
I just think the Beatdown Clan is like 7 Glass Joes. It just hurts me because I love them so much. We got 2 comments. Keep them coming. I know it's an odd time to be doing a TNA review show, and I apologize. Mickey's Cage. Mickey S. Kid. I'm told. Thank you for all your comments, and I'm sorry that I always slaughter your name. Says, which wrestler should TNA sign? How is it realistic? I guess who should they sign? Well, I mean, if they could get a working deal with Ring of Honor, that should be interesting. You got all those guys. But, we said it earlier in the night, Kana would be amazing. I don't know. It's so weird because now there's so much talent on Wednesday nights. And it's weird because NXT is sucking up a lot of the talent. If I was TNA, I would try to mend all those bridges they burnt and try to have a talent exchange. I'd try to get New Japan. Because, here's the thing. Make a deal with Dragon Gate. Your X Division's rebuilt in one phone call. In one phone call, your X Division's rebuilt. Because if you love X Division style wrestling, cruiserweights, whatever you want to call the style, Dragon Gate is it. That's the style. So I would try to get Dragon Gate, try to get New Japan, try to get Ring of Honor, and just try to unburn those bridges. And then, you can get people to come in. You can get a Nakamura who won Wrestling Observer's Wrestler of the Year on a pretty decent pay scale because they'll still be, you'll have a working relationship with New Japan. And that's what I would do if I was them. But, like me and the American a la carte said a long time ago, Kana, and Kana. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Especially because I don't know, no one, besides AAA, no one speaks highly of TNA's working relationship. No one goes, it worked out for us. And that's you got to change that, especially considering the position you're in. Danny Allmark says, tie. TNA, in my opinion, was not a good show. They have had better shows this year. That's fair. That's fair. All right, boom, boom, boom. And we'll try to get to more comments later. We apologize about the crazy time this airing. I'm just happy the American a la carte is here. I was worried. I was like, oh, no, he might. But the American a la carte and me might have something in common. We never sleep. I'm like, oh, I don't know what time it is where the American a la carte is. And he's like, I'm ready. Let's do this. Round 2 of the best of 5 series, the Wolves versus the Dirty Heels. Just absolutely amazing. Great feud. I thought Josh did a great job on commentary. The winners, it's just a great match. And these wrestlers are so solid and so great in the feud. And Josh saying it would be great if the Wolves swept. You know, I thought that was a nice touch to it. But the Wolves do win, and now they lead 2-0. And this Wednesday, Wrestle Wednesday, we have so many damn shows to review. Wednesday for wrestling reviewers are just going to tear down our eyes. We might have to make a team, a pack, a union for Wednesdays. But you got the Wolves versus Dirty Heels. I enjoyed this match a lot. I just hope if it's a sweep, that would be awesome because I'm a huge Wolves fan and didn't see that coming. But at the same time, I doubt the Dirty Heels are going to go out 3-0. You know, but I just hope as the series goes on, they get more time and do more. Because I like match 1, I'm like, oh, it was pretty decent, but it's awesome. But you know, if they could do so much more. Match 2, it was better than match 1, but they could do so much more. I'm hoping that match 3, match 4 or 5, if they have them, is a lot farther along. So I really enjoy this best of 5 series. These are the best of 5 series that I enjoy. Is there anything you'd like to add for this match?
Like you said, match of the night. The spots just insane. When Austin Aries had Eddie Richards in the last chancery, and then Dave Richards came off the top and hit the double stump. That was sick. But I also like the story that's told here. It's, you know, who doesn't fit here, Coco, so far as a character.
Repeat that question again, sir.
Like in this whole entire storyline, who doesn't fit as far as a character?
Oh, nothing. It's just I think it's, you know, I think Bobby Roode and EC3 are the best in the company. I believe that. Like, if you had to rank wrestlers, I just think Bobby Roode and EC3 have everything.
No. I'm talking about okay, as these two tag teams go, which one of these guys doesn't fit their respective tag teams?
Oh, no one. They're probably the 4 of the best. You throw EC3, you get 5.
No.
Oh, what's the question? I'm getting confused. I had to pick one that doesn't blend in.
Yeah, like, as far as the Wolves and the Dirty Heels, which one of the guys doesn't fit their tag team character-wise?
Probably Austin Aries.
No.
You don't think so? Who do you got?
Bobby, think about it. Bobby Roode, he's been the guy who they're putting a lot of pressure on, saying that he's not having his focus, and they're the Dirty Heels. They're the Dirty Heels. He's still a face. He hasn't healed up yet. That's why they're losing, and that's what they're going for. You know, once we see how Roode, he's kind of ramping up the heel factor. Well, like in part 3, in match 3, he's gonna be really healing, and by the time it gets around to match 5, he's gonna be. When did he win the TNA World Title? Like,
it's been within a year.
Well, I'm talking when he first won it. When you know how much of a heel he was.
Yeah. That was the only good thing Hogan did. Hogan made him a heel before he won the title. When it gets to Slammiversary or match 4, he's gonna be in that heel mode because Austin Aries, he's a tweener / you know, like I said, he's a tweener, so he can go heel anytime, and he fits the Dirty Heels. Roode, when he gets there, the whole thing's gonna gel together. See, I'm thinking, you know, and I don't know the future. I don't know if you know the future, but I'm thinking Bobby Roode as a face with a heel EC3. That's what I'm thinking. I think maybe they lose, and then that Austin Aries and the Dirty Heels feud over that. So I don't know if I want to see a heel Bobby Roode, just because, to me, I think the two best guys in the company are EC3 and Bobby Roode, and if they're both heels, they won't feud. That's just my way of thinking about it.
I think the Dirty Heels are going to win the tag team belts because I don't think they're going to give the Wolves this win because it will be too much in a year. That will be their fourth win, and it gives Austin Aries something to do and Bobby Roode something to do.
Well, I'm thinking they'll probably have the Wolves win the titles again. I don't know if it's from the best of 5 or not. Probably when it's closer to Hardy healing, because I think everyone wants to see the Hardys Wolves, who's the best tag team, and it just seems like Mother Nature's not letting that feud happen. So next, I thought was a pretty weak segment. I love both these women, and once again, if it was just shorter, Angelina Love confronts Velvet Sky. Velvet Sky is sitting front row. And the funny thing about Velvet Sky sitting front row, she looks like an 80s rock star supermodel. She just looks like a beautiful, beautiful celebrity sitting front row with like average dudes. She didn't blend it at all.
Yeah.
She's like so crazy hot, and like it's guys that look like us. You know what I mean? Like it's just not blend in at all. It was kind of funny because and here's the thing: I know they're not gonna have her stay out there the whole night, but how would you not notice her ringside? Just off, not even her celebrity status, just off her beauty alone. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh, okay, she's ringside. And it's not even like she's ringside wearing a t-shirt. No, she's ringside dolled up head to toe. You know what I mean? She's like the most beautiful thing you've probably ever seen in your life. And she's sitting ringside. It was ridiculous. But she comes out, starts yelling at her, says she got her own security, and turns her back. By the way, TNA, Angelina Love, your security sucks. I know it's kayfabe wise, but as a guy who, I once owned a security company and I was a security guard way in my younger days, but as a guy who ran high-end security in Tokyo, your guys fucking suck.
To be fair, she probably paid them in sandwiches and food stamps. So
what's that?
To be fair, she probably paid them in week-old donuts and food stamps. So
that is true. That is true. But it's like I know it's kayfabe wise, but man, they have to be the worst security guards ever. Well, Velvet Sky jumps I was going to say the rope, but it's not the rope. What's the word I'm looking for? The barrier?
Guardrail or what? Yeah, barrier, guardrail.
So jumps over and just starts beating the hell out of her, and then security finally gets a hold of her. I love both these girls, but it just seems when they're feuding, their chemistry is garbage. Like when they're friends and they're a tag team and they're beautiful people, it's like, wow, what great chemistry. But when they're feuding each other, you're just like, they got nothing. You know what I mean? There's just nothing there. So what we learned is Angelina Love has the worst security ever. Ever. What was your thoughts on this segment?
Well, obviously, I wasn't a big fan of this. Just real quick, I heard somebody say Angelina Velvet Sky is a better wrestler than Angelina Love. I forgot who said that, but please, you need to seek medical help. Anyway.
No, you know what? First off, I totally disagree with that. I don't think Velvet Sky isn't that bad of a wrestler for, I guess if we were going to compare it to WWE Diva standards, but compared to Angelina Love, it's not even close. You know what I mean? As far as in-ring stuff. And I don't mean to be mean. Angelina Love is a beautiful woman, but if she couldn't wrestle, she would probably be cut. You know what I mean? And no, Angelina Love, even before she came to TNA, was a great women's wrestler. And I'm not knocking Velvet, but yeah, that's not even close. You know what I mean? That's like Michael Jordan and I was going to say Scottie Pippen, but that's too close. That would be like Michael Jordan and Tony Kukoc. You know what I mean?
Well, no, that's still too much. Because Kukoc had a mean 3-pointer.
All right, let's not throw Velvet Sky under the bus that much.
But,
I do love Tony Kukoc though.
But
the 90s Bulls are the greatest.
One of the best
parts of the 90s Bulls references. I don't know if I could be your friend. 90s Bulls references is like how I live my life. All right. Is there anything else you want to add, or you just want to head to the next segment?
Another thing, the black guy in the background. I think that's really why Velvet Sky jumped the guardrail, because his facial expression.
He was so happy. It was the time of his life. That guy was happy.
No, like when Angelina Love was like trying to berate Velvet Sky, he had that look and feel like, oh, like if you ever watch words like hip hop when people are getting fight, oh no! I thought he was gonna just start walking around with his hands low and stuff like oh shit. But yeah, that was pretty funny. He made the segment funnier than what it should have been.
I don't know. I know she's a beautiful woman and it's television, but I don't think she would show up to Impact dressed like that just to sit in the front row. I've been to the Impact Zone probably more than humanly impossible, okay? It's like there's no show and I'm just sitting in the Impact Zone, okay? The Impact Zone used to be like my clubhouse, my home away from home. I'm pretty sure I've never seen a woman dressed like that in the Impact Zone. Ever. She was, and not knocking the way she dressed. I'm just saying she was supermodel fantastic. All right, next is a singles match. You have EC3 with Tyrus versus Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson cared about the cage. He made a cage for Tyrus. He tried to get Tyrus in the cage. He finally got Tyrus in the cage eventually using a steel chair. That took over most of all of the beginning of the match. But once Tyrus was in there, it was a legit one-on-one competition. I thought Josh overdid it a little bit on EC3's side, but I understand what he was going for, and they worked me in a good way. I was rooting for EC3. I'm team EC3 all the way, and I thought there was a couple times where I thought Mr. Anderson was definitely going to win. But it does end with a 1%er. EC3 gets the victory. No shenanigans with Tyrus. And Mr. Anderson is happy because at least he got his one-on-one accomplishment, or at least he was lost one-on-one. And he goes to shake his hand, and EC3 just slaps it away and walks away. And I just hope this feud is over. There's one thing about this match and the next match. These feuds have run their course. EC3 and Kurt Angle that's it. That's what it needs to be. I think, I never want to see an EC3 match versus Mr. Anderson match in a very, very long time. I absolutely love EC3. What did you think of this match?
I want to say this. This was, to me, the worst match of the night. Tyrus,
really? The X Division match won. It wasn't a good match, but it told a story. But all right, go on.
Tyrus standing. First of all, like they had no stipulation to where Tyrus had to be in the cage, but Anderson brings out the cage or whatever, and Tyrus, who doesn't want to be in the cage, is standing. I'm like, what? Why would you go stand on the other side of the? But then that happens, and I really don't think EC3 and Mr. Anderson fuse well together when they wrestle. It just did nothing for me as far as like just a regular maybe like a hardcore match or something like that. But as far as I think this was the worst match EC3 has ever did with an opponent. I think his jobber matches against. I can't remember the guy's name. Nonum, Fardham, Burnham, Dewey Barnes. Those guys, he had better matches with those guys than Mr. Anderson. And that's not a troll or a BS statement. That's just being.
Do you think Mr. Anderson washed up? I mean, it's just he hasn't done anything for a really long time, and this whole feud just seemed to be like you're in the fucking way of EC3. Like, usually a feud's like, oh man, can he get past it? I never felt that as a fan. Every time Mr. Anderson, I was like, fuck, is this feud over? Fucking get out of the way. No one wants you here. And I thought it was being a super EC3 mark, but we have to consider this. Is Mr. Anderson kind of washed up? Is he done? I mean, at any time during this feud, did you feel anything except this was a waste of time for EC3?
Yeah, I wouldn't say Anderson washed up because he still wrestles pretty good and everything like that. It's just they need a mid card. They need another mid card, but they need a TV title, something that'll fit him better. He can't go to the world title now that he gets built up, and I don't think they're going to give him another push. It's just, I want to say washed up. It's just maybe he's getting too old now because, or it doesn't. Maybe they just need a TV title because it's just something not right about Anderson. He's wrestling good. It's just maybe he's not motivated, or when I don't know what it is about him. Something not right. He's still good on the mic, still wrestles good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, my whole thing is this whole feud was just get the fuck out of EC3's way. That's all I said from day one. I was just, dude, just get out of the way. Like, let me tell you something. I don't read spoilers. I don't know what happens next week. But this is the line I give Eric Young and Mr. Anderson. If they fucking show up and be like, I'm done. I am fucking done, all right? It's like these two fucking schmucks have been in the fucking way from the matchup we really want. Maybe they're stalling for the pay-per-view. That's what I'm praying to Terry Funk for. But let me tell you, if I turn on Impact Wednesday, who knows when I'm going to watch it, but I'll try my hardest. Damn, that Wednesday is going to be a fucking headache. But I'm going to turn it on, and if I see Mr. Anderson or Eric Young going, I want a rematch, I think I'm going to have to tap out until their feuds are over. Because, like, tonight is the line. Tonight is the line. Tonight is the Mr. Anderson EC3 line. And if, next Wednesday, EC3 comes out, Mr. Anderson's like, I want one more shot like he's fucking Christian or something, I'm done. I just can't. I'm tapping out. I'm sorry.
I don't think he's going to do that because he tried to show, okay, you earned my respect. EY, he may come out and do that, but he's gone. Okay, how do I put this? Don't want to spoil it. Because EY's character is that I'm a heel. I don't give up. No matter until what happens or whatever, until I get what I want. Someone's gonna have to come out there and derail him from the Kurt Angle, so EC3 can get on the Kurt Angle train. If that makes any sense.
Gotcha. Sean Heston, left 3 comments in a row. Pale Saban, today's X Division is so frustrating. X Division wrestling was the best wrestling in the world for a couple years, and now it's more embarrassing than the Intercontinental title in WWE has become.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, it hurts, but it's true. Sean Heston says, and I give it a tie, all right? And Sean Heston also says, Coco, have you ever seen good kayfabe security or cops in pro res ever? I mean, if you have Big Boss Man was pretty good security back in the day. Yeah, good point. Remember Jericho security guard? All right, maybe we've never had good kayfabe security or cops. Tyson Tomko was a pretty decent security guard at one time. But looking past a few selections, especially if they're not, everyday wrestlers. Yeah, but tonight's, that has to take the cake. The security team tonight had to be the worst. But yeah, good point, Sean Heston. I tip my hat to you for bringing up a great point in the comments. All right, let's talk main event, and then we'll do some more live comments, and we'll wrap this bad boy up. First, but before the main event, Rockstar Spud has the X Division Championship, and then they say you're going to go for option C. I thought Spud cut a good promo here. Like, I was just kept swimming, my goal. I thought this was one of Spud's better promos. And then it goes back to the studio, and Josh is like, don't do option C. Don't do it. I don't know. I enjoyed this segment. I did not enjoy him winning the X Division title, and once again, I'm not a Spud hater. That's just I'm an X Division champ lover. Yeah, like he's even listing names. He's like, Styles, fuck you, Spud. You're not fucking up there, and I'm a fan of yours. It's like you fucking bit too much, pal. You flew too close to the goddamn sun. Too close to the sun. But, you know, yeah, he did a Disney's Nemo Keep Swimming reference, which, you know, give yourself a Barry Horowitz for that. But when they go into the studio and Josh is like, don't take option C, that was probably my favorite Josh line of the night. Then it leads to the TNA World Heavyweight Championship match. I quit. Eric Young versus Kurt Angle. It's just, we've seen it. You know what I mean? Eric Young is playing the part of Mr. Anderson. You know, and I don't even, it's one of those things, I don't even fucking hate Eric Young. I think Eric Young's super talented. You know, I do enjoy him way better as a face, but this heel run is a million times better than his last heel run. It's enjoyable. But, dude, all right, we get it. You're crazy. But even a crazy guy who keeps getting his ass kicked over and over decides to be crazy towards someone else. You know? Kurt Angle wins. He, you know, gets an ankle lock on him. Eric Young screams, I quit. Kurt Angle wins. And that's pretty much the end of the show. You know what? This is one of those, a feud has gone too long. This match could have been great. I just didn't give a fuck. It was like, TNA. Can I get an open letter to TNA? Dear TNA, I want to see Kurt Angle versus EC3. Eric Young and Mr. Anderson, let them feud against each other. Just let them step aside. Let them step aside. I mean, the feuds have gone on too long, and they've just been one-sided. Just one-sided ass whoopings.
I want to say that because, you know, Eric Young, he's been taking a fight to Kurt Angle. He won 2 matches and the scratcher match.
Yeah. So, yeah, but even when he won, I don't know. Like, you know what it is? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And if you disagree with me in the comments, it's okay. We're the type of show where it's okay to disagree with. I've been going to other YouTubers just because people would send me other reviews. People get really upset if people disagree. It's okay. You can disagree with me. But it's, to me, as a fan, I want to see EC3 and Kurt Angle for the title so much that it seems like these other feuds are fucking in the way of it. And maybe too much of a mark for EC3. Maybe I want to see that matchup a little too much as a fan. And it's okay to be a fan. I know some people just want to pound their chest and say they're smart, but, you know, at least love what you're watching. As a fan, I want to see EC3 versus Kurt Angle so much is when they feud with other people, it just seems like a waste of time for me. And maybe I'm just too much into the match, into that matchup. I don't know. But that's
pay-per-view. That's all they're doing. They you know, it was a way to get over Eric Young's heel turn, which was excellent. They scratched it out as far as they could, and then they're saving EC3 versus Angle for their return to pay-per-view because they believe in EC3. The match, hey, I can't complain. It's Eric Young versus Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I think the match was good. It's just we've seen it. You know, like, and you know what it is too? It's got to the point of when it's a main event for a title match, and you know there's no fucking way the challenger is going to win. It takes away from the match, no matter how good the wrestlers are. Bad booking could take away from a great match.
I don't know. I mean, the way Eric Young wrestling, and then they kept on putting emphasis on Kurt Angle's neck. If he would have
let me shoot you this. Let me just go with this. And I don't know. You can not agree with me.
Yeah.
As a fan watching this, what was the percentage that you thought Eric Young could win? My percentage was negative 16%. Negative 16%. You know, there's no way. What was your percentage going into that match? Going, you know what, Eric Young could take the title off Kurt Angle.
The way from how they've been booking Eric Young and what they did tonight, especially like they had him locked up, then Eric Young broke the glass with his face. I would say really truly a good maybe 70% because they kept on emphasizing, I'm gonna break your neck, and Eric Young's been doing that devastating ass power driver. I would say a good 70%.
Really? We did not see eye to eye on that one at all.
Eric Young has been killing it as a heel, and they really tried to make Kurt Angle look very weak in the, well, not match wise, but as far as like, you know, bringing up how he always gets hurt and everything like that. And Eric Young having the power driver, Kurt Angle having a bad neck. They just try to put it over a lot.
Gotcha. All right. We didn't see eye to eye on that, but one thing we do agree with is that it was a win, and we're looking forward to Wednesday. So even though there were some disagreements here and there, do you think Al Snow will be back next week?
No, it's going to be the Pope. The Pope's going to do the commentary with Josh.
All right, I like the Pope. I don't know whatever happened to him. He was like, I'm going to be a main eventer. You'll never see me again. I don't know if it was an injury or what the situation was, but that was a bit strange.
He was pimping. Pope was pimping, though.
Yeah. He was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day. Remember him and Joe were supposed to feud? And
he should have won the title off AJ Styles, though.
Maybe.
Huh?
Possibility. So, all right, we got 7 likes, 0 dislikes. Not bad for the weird time of doing this show. So appreciate it. Much love. And all right, I guess we can hit this a little bit. It's the elephant in the room. The American a la carte did tons of videos on this on his channel, so please subscribe to the American a la carte. Also, we talked about it on our show. Someone on Google Plus uses his real name, so we'll just use his first name, Tom. Tom wants to know, when two companies on one network, what is your prediction? Does Ring of Honor stay? Does TNA stay? Do they both stay? What is your prediction of Wednesday night's Impact ROH?
I think it's going to be good for both companies. And this whole thing I've been seeing pop up, hashtag Ring of Honor versus TNA. It just sounds stupid because they're not competing against the same time slot. It's Ring of Honor versus NXT versus Lucha, and TNA is by itself. And, you know, honestly,
but ROH, if it was ROH versus TNA in a kayfabe world, that makes sense. But
no, they're talking about ratings.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I've read different things and all that, but I don't know. I would love to see them work together and all that, but it's great that Ring of Honor is on a national broadcast. You know, it's great, and hopefully TNA's there.
I'm gonna throw this out there. This is a huge, I'm gonna say prediction, or what do you call it? Like we got this gut feeling.
Okay.
I just got this thing where it's too suspicious to where Ring of Honor is now the leading show to TNA, and TNA. I mean, Ring of Honor's had all this financial trouble that people on the internet seem to forget about, and you know, Billy Corgan has been talking about TNA needs to get a developmental system, and Dizzy Carter, in a lot of interviews, said she's looking to buy another company. Don't be surprised if you see Dizzy Carter on Ring of Honor and she says she's the new boss. But I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
That's your prediction? All right.
I
don't know. I honestly don't know what my prediction is. As far as my prediction goes, people want to know about Ring of Honor and TNA. I think people are going to argue over it, but I think it will help both companies because, you know, I try to do a daily show. I've been failing a lot this month because of real life. But I try to do a daily show, and the American a la carte finds it. I think this is the most people have talked about TNA and ROH in a really long time.
I think the most people have talked about Ring of Honor. Like TNA gets talked about negative or positive, but you know, Ring of Honor, I love the company, but until like today or like whenever, people didn't talk about Ring of Honor. And like a lot of people on the internet or whatever, they talking about Ring of Honor is gonna take over and stuff. It's like you like to quote Drake, you weren't with Ring of Honor shooting in the gym. Like where were you 6 months ago when Ring of Honor was on the YouTube or Sinclair? You weren't talking about Ring of Honor. You show your bias when you say stuff like that. Like Ring of Honor just came out of nowhere and now you're bigging up Ring of Honor. No, don't do that. Don't.
Well, hopefully it gets people excited to watch Ring of Honor.
But I doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like I doubt that some people are saying this.
You do Ring of Honor reviews, and I did Ring of Honor reviews. I actually stopped doing Ring of Honor reviews, and the reason I stopped doing Ring of Honor reviews, no one was watching them. Like no one, not a soul. And you know, it's kind of like, all right, I guess we tried. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe it helps Ring of Honor, helps TNA, but this is what it's not really a prediction. I want some of these shows to move to Tuesdays. I don't know which one should move to Tuesday. I don't care if it's Lucha Underground and NXT. It's just, come on, man. Come on, my Wednesdays are going to be hell. And know what's crazy, too? Guess who starts their first day back being a teacher on a Wednesday? This Wednesday. That's right. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a good time to be a teacher. Stuff is slowing down. Sure, I'll take that first class on a Wednesday. Hard times. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to refresh one more time. If not, we're going to wrap this bad boy up. T-Man says, win. Kurt Angle, one of the best of all time. Yeah, 9 thumbs up. All right, appreciate it. 0 thumbs down. All right, T-Man, thank you for getting in there last second. You are the last comment of the night. The American Alucard, please tell the Internet Infantry what they can do for you.
Praise to the base God, and subscribe to my channel, The American Alucard on YouTube, and also follow me on Twitter, American Alucard. Let me double check to see if that's right. Yeah, The American Alucard or Console Gaming LOL. Either way, it'll take you to my Twitter.
Gotcha. And also check out Gamers with Friends. Wait, hold on. I want to make sure I said that right. Is that what it's called? I apologize.
Gaming with Friends.
Recently. What's that?
Gaming with Friends.
Gaming with Friends. Thank you. Check out Gaming with Friends. I apologize to them, but check them out on YouTube. Also, if you're cool, check out Punk and Cheese. It's my son's channel. All right. Like, comment, subscribe to all of our friends and networks and channels. Follow us on Twitter at KocoSports. Also, check out KocoSports.net as the Amir Khan results for boxing. And tomorrow is Elimination Chamber, and we did a preview show of that, so please check that out. And if everything goes right, I'll be back. Maybe American Alucard will be back. I don't know. But I'll definitely be back. I'll be back for a post-show for Elimination Chamber. So hopefully WWE puts on a good show. All right, American Alucard, as always, thank you for joining us. You got the golden invitation. We don't give many golden invitations. We've only given out 3 golden invitations. Wrestling Ranting, you, and I say Boom Boom, but I think Boom Boom would be insulted. He's like, bitch, I don't need no goddamn invitation. So you are one of the elite 3. You got the golden invitation. Rob, I love Rob to death, but he doesn't have the golden invitation. He would just make fun of TNA all night. That's why he doesn't get the golden invitation. All right, so please like, comment, subscribe. American Alucard, thank you very much. KocoSports.net, KocoSports.net, and with that, I am over.